Seen as one of the toughest Democrats on crime in the California state legislature. I want to continue earning the support of law enforcement, people who care about these issues when I'm elected to Congress.
If you want open borders and you want fentanyl coming in, killing 100,000 Americans every year, if you want a crime wave to continue, if you want inflation to continue, you would keep the policies of the Democrats.
The state leaders of both parties say they have prepared extensively for these hyper-competitive California House races and the fight for control of Congress.
I'm excited. We have built a robust infrastructure for every single one of these candidates. Not only that, but we've recruited great candidates that really reflect the districts that they're running in.
I think it's Democrats that have been stepping up on the most important issues, not just to Californians, but to middle-class Americans, whether it's our freedoms, our future.
Now here in California, it could be days before we know who won these close house races, since mail-in ballots postmarked by Election Day are allowed to arrive up until a week after the election. Arthel?
All right, Christina Coleman live in Los Angeles. Thank you. Eric.
Well, Arthel, as you mentioned, the White House announcing today that President Biden has scheduled that Oval Office meeting with the president-elect. This comes as several Democratic governors say, though, they will push back against Trump's agenda. We're also learning some more details about that Iran-linked plot to assassinate Trump. Lucas Thomason live in West Palm Beach, Florida, near Mar-a-Lago, with the very latest on all that. Hey, Lucas.
Well, good afternoon, Eric. That's right. The meeting between President-elect Donald Trump and President Joe Biden is set for this Wednesday at the White House at 11 a.m. And one of the likely conversations will be this Iranian assassination attempt. The plotter is, the FBI says, still overseas inside Iran. Earlier, we heard from former Trump acting Attorney General Matt Whitaker, who's on the short list once again for the job.
We need a strong response, and it's not just indicting people that are in Iran for these plots on American soil. We need to contain the Iranians and make sure that they no longer cause havoc across this globe. And I think that's the signal the American people sent when they elected Donald Trump the President of the United States.
Eric, the FBI is looking for a 51-year-old named Farhad Shakiri, and they believe he's still in Iran right now. The FBI director releasing a statement saying, quote, "The charges announced today expose Iran's continued brazen attempts to target U.S. citizens, including President-elect Donald Trump, other government leaders, and dissidents who criticize the regime in Tehran. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, a designated foreign terrorist organization, has been conspiring with criminals and hitmen to target and gun down Americans on U.S. soil, and that simply won't be tolerated." Of course, Iran will be a challenge that President-elect Trump's new cabinet will have to deal with. Here are some of the frontrunners. For Secretary of State, Florida Senator Marco Rubio, Tennessee Senator Bill Hagerty, who is Trump's ambassador to Japan, Rick Grenell, Trump's ambassador to Germany and former acting director of national intelligence under Trump. For Defense Secretary, we have three Mikes: Mike Pompeo, Mike Waltz, both U.S. Army veterans, and the chairman of the House Armed Services Committee, Mike Rogers. For DHS Secretary, we have Chad Wolf and Tom Holman. Wolf served as Trump's acting DHS chief, of course. For Attorney General, we have Senator Mike Lee, Ken Paxton, and Matt Whitaker, who we just heard from. Lastly, Doug Burgum as Energy Secretary, and some say he might make a good Secretary of State as well. We heard that on the panel and special report last night. Now, we have not heard from President-elect Donald Trump today, at least in person. We have heard from him on his Truth Social. He posted earlier, likely joking, that he won, after the Harris campaign spent over $1 billion in a losing effort to elect Kamala Harris president, that President-elect Trump is willing to pay some to help out the Democrats. Eric?
Yeah, he wants the RNC to give him some money. We'll ask Michael Wiley, chair of the RNC, a little later on a newscast about that. Lucas in Palm Beach. Mr. Watley will be here with us in a few moments to discuss the president's upcoming new term and whether or not he's going to give any money to the Dems. Arthel?
Okay, Eric, thank you. Well, some elite universities are canceling classes following Tuesday's election. With more on what's behind this move, let's go to CB Cotton. She is live in New York City with those details. Hi, CB.
Hi, Arthel. Yeah, the backlash is continuing for some of these elite colleges and their professors being accused of pampering students disappointed by the election. And one example, it's here at Barnard College in New York City. According to emails and memos shared on social media, some professors at Barnard College chose to cancel or end classes early and make special arrangements for coursework. Barnard College, though, appearing to distance itself from those professors' decisions with a statement reading, quote, Barnard College did not cancel or adjust class schedules this week, end quote. Now, some have defended the accommodations being made by these professors, arguing that we're living in an unprecedented time with mudslinging and division. Others accuse professors of coddling students and creating a double standard.
When, Jewish students last year, we were going through kind of some crazy things. We didn't get, extensions here and there for the entire school, right? Our whole classes didn't just cancel because people were going through an emotionally difficult time. So why are they doing it for the election?
And over at the University of Oregon, the assistant director of University and Sorority Life, Leonard Serrato, coming under fire for this video mocking President-elect Donald Trump's supporters.
You can literally go if you voted for Donald Trump. If you are so sad about your groceries being expensive, get a better paying job. Do better in life. Get a education. Do something. Because you are stupid. And I hope you go jump off of a bridge.
Okay, so that employee has since been placed on paid administrative leave, and the video is no longer posted online. The university telling Fox it's opened an investigation, calling the statements abhorrent. Arthel.